Anil, you talk about these renegade musicians, these mavericks who create new sounds and new genres and who help us rewire the way we listen to music.
My God, you've just actually quoted me word by word from my article.
I do my research thoroughly.
You do. Okay.
So, can you tell us about one such musician who's your favorite?
Yeah, I like quite a few musicians, especially in American music. I find increasingly, even in the last 5 years or so, you've had musicians like John Mayer and Norah Jones who combine the best of prior influences but have created a new paradigm all by themselves. If you look at Norah Jones, she uses chords like and don't know why, and she which is very typical of jazz of the 1970s, 60s and 70s, and you listen to some of the old Duke Ellington records, you'll have these kinds of progressions. And but she's still using it, and once she starts singing, it doesn't matter, we don't categorize, just listen to it, we just revel in it. John Mayer, I would say, Cassandra Wilson, who I think has been around actually for the last 30 years or so, and got this deep bass voice, and I've always joked that she's like the Aruna Sairam of the American popular music scene, because she's got this deep bass voice, but she just does stuff which is so difficult to ignore. And she's used, for instance, typical jazz scatting kind of influences, but then she's gone into very blues and jazz combination. So again, combining two genres.
Nina Simone as well, no?
Nina Simone, and I mean, it's they are able to take a couple of. John Mayer, for instance, has married the world of rock and roll and the blues. So I mean, you look at him on stage, you think that he's a rock and roller, but then he's actually using blues progressions. It's actually very beautiful music.
So can you play something?
Yeah, I can't sing like John Mayer, and I think people who are fans of John Mayer will kill me if I sing it. So I'll just play like the first few notes from. Okay, this is from the movie The Bucket List, and he composed a song called "Say What You Want to Say," which is very beautiful because the words actually go "Say what you want to say," and just believe in what you do, which I think is a very good philosophy for my generation of musicians. And so it starts with. Say what you want to say.
Let me quote you again. You talk about hooks that a musician must employ to help his listener re-automate the way he listens to music. So you employ these hooks, draw them into familiar territory, and then broaden their oral horizon.
It's just a spoonful of sugar will make the medicine go down. So you have to have a spoonful of sugar. So you have to provide people something that is sweet and something that they know, and they bite. And then once that happens, then you can take them into your territory. If you straight away start with the unfamiliar, it's very difficult for people, as you say, to rewire their listening.
So why don't we try it with a Carnatic raga, and you show us what those hooks are?
Okay, so for instance, if I take...
let's do Brindavana Sarangi.
Okay, Brindavana Saranga, which has... Brindavana Saranga is a very special raga. It's again, spans the entire country and has two nishadams. It has two knees. It has both. So when you do the raga playing, so when the notes go upwards, I play one kind of note of the knee, the nishad, and when I come down, I play the different knee. So you have that's the characteristic of the raga. And so one of the things to do is to, when I say a hook is a small pattern that sounds familiar, so what I'll do. Supposing that's everybody can hum that. That becomes my hook. It's a pidi actually. In Tamil I'd call it a pidi. Now I could do all kinds of things within that. So supposing I play a variation on variation Vrindavan Saranga, I do.
You return to that every time.
And I could, supposing I do jazz on that. So every time you come back, it's like you're doing a, I know that.
Yeah.
And that becomes the hook with which, and then the more number of times you listen to something like that, and then you start getting used to different patterns and different.